Hello everyone, welcome to the Northern Tarot. My name is Andy. Today I will do the reading for the 14th and 15th of September 2022, and this is general reading, so please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel to help it grow. If you're already here and want to donate, please find the donate button in the description box. Okay, so about that blockage of energies that forcing people to going through different stages and aspect of your, the soulful feelings deep down inside you. So it's more about your emotional root of each individual. Now that blockage will be opening up, so people will feel better. The energies will be back, and we kind of like reaching to the high peak of this process. So hopefully that people will understand and utilize of the coming energies to gain the visions that you're supposed to see. Now the reason why I say that, because the moon is moving out of Aries. When the moon's moving out of Aries, it allows us to stay off that sensitivity, the oversensitivities, the self destructions and victimizations, that kind of the feeling. So we feeling that we start to, how I say, going back to the track of the things that going on, which is the Mercury retrograde, going back to the unfinished business projects, or any issues that still bothers you so far. Now, why, before we're doing that, right? Why we're waiting for going back to the track? Uranus and the moon gonna conjunct, but the moon's actually transitioning through Uranus, so it doesn't stay there, but it will give you the boost in the couples of days. So it's the next 2 days. Let's say supposedly around Thursday, you will then find the deeper connections between yourself and your inner self, which is your subconsciousness. Now you will start to gain that clarity. You start to see that big picture that you're supposed to see. The pictures that for quite some time, for quite a long time actually, you were feeling confused. You were feeling unable to explain what is this about and what is that you're looking for. So in another way of describing this, you will start to align more with the new visions that you always looking for. That is to align with your higher self purpose, which also means that a lot of people will be awakened. So Uranus gonna help you to gain that, especially when Uranus is retrograding. That means that all the clarities about the old issue, the old problems, the old troubles that you couldn't overcome in the past, especially when it comes to manipulation. Because when Uranus retrograding, forwarding, it will urge you to break free, to break out of the norms, to achieve that the freedom that you're craving for. But so when is retrograding, is allowing you to seize all the manipulations, the thing that beings restrictive to your dreams, to your earnest desires. Let's put it that way. So let's hope that we will get some good movements of energies and some good news in the next 2 days. Now let's go to the cards and we will find out what spirits want us to know. Let's go. Okay, so as usual, we will go to the oracle cards to see what we have for the next 2 days. This is for the 14th and 15th of September 2022. And let's see what is the fortune that we might stumble across in the next 2 days. So the first one, let's see what we have. Ascension flames, merge with light, ignite keys and chords. Okay, now this card is very similar to the energies we are analyzed. So we actually receiving the boost from Uranus to allow us to connect deeper and also to see things clearer, especially seeing the big picture, basing on all the past experiences and lessons that we learned. When we allow ourselves to be one with our higher self purpose, that is when you actually activate that that code that you carrying deep down inside you, in the core of your soul. So it's about to come out. So if anyone resonate with these energies, or if anyone has accumulated enough experiences and wisdom to allow to reach to that level, then I will say congratulations, because you're gonna be awakened. Okay, now let's go to the second card and we will see what we have. And to be honest, I see why I'm doing this. I also feel the energy is opening up now. So that frustrations will be, how I say, removed, to allow you to start to welcoming the energies in again, and moving on with things that you're supposed to do. Because the period, it's the idea of the period of self-studying is about coming to an end. This is not about studying yourself. This is about summarizing yourself, or kind of like summing up things to so you can like process all the data you've been collecting the whole life. Now the second card we have, Ascension Lift. Prepare for rapid spiritual growth. Be ready for opportunities. Do you believe me? As if you notice in everything, as long as we can analyze the energies of the universe accurately, as long as we can do that, and how I say, feel it, you will be guided exactly the steps and the level that you're supposed to experience. Because obviously that we all going through different timeline, because of the age, because of the experiences, because also because of the intellect, the intellectual storage that you built through lives, not just this life. Remember, one life is just a dot in your of your age, of the soul, the age of your soul. So don't think about one life is something too important. It doesn't matter if you succeed in money or not, because that is not the that is not the measurement of the success for anyone. It's just a one dot if you think about that, because you have to go through all the cycles. So the important is to find out which is that you register to do this life, to overcome this life, which is that you seek this life to add in your soul storage, the data storage that you carrying with you through lives. That is more important, because once you've done that, that's ascension lift here, speaking about you successfully unlocked the highest soul missions that you're carrying out this life. Prepare for spiritual growth, which is when you start to awakening, is that is also a very very rapid growth in someone. And also after you start to getting awakened to understand all these events of your life and chain them together, to see through it, to know the goal, the final goal that you have to reach to, that's when you're gonna be ready for opportunities. Now opportunities here is the obvious, the obvious foundations, the obvious flowing in of everything. People love abundance, whatever it is, supposed to serve you when you carrying out that highest mission of your soul. That's why everyone in this life, we have to enter the spiritual university, studying it, graduating, and then accepting the task, and then we will start to live the official life. Now that is the meaning of this, right? And I've been trying to explain for quite some time now in all the readings, and I hopefully that people's getting a deeper sense of life each time that we discuss with each other about this topic. Now let's go to the shadow. Let's see what else we need to watch out for. A session live. I love that energies. It looks like people are about to be able to relive and breathe again after quite a heavy period of energy that went on recently. And now the shadow, with the shadow work, let's see what we need to watch out for. Number 17, forgetting oneself. This is very true. We're talking about the boost from Uranus and the moon going through to ask you to connect to your subconsciousness at a highest level, not just higher level. And this is the time that we have to utilize everything we learn to connect at the highest level. And then you realize that you forgot about a lot of things about yourself. You forgot about your need. You forgot about your purpose. You forgot about your importance, because as we say, the body is a temple, so where the soul can stay. So a lot of us forgot about that, looking after ourselves, our health, our appearance, even forgot about looking after our spirit. That's why everything's ran down. And the reason why we forgot, because obviously that because we were too unguarded, let's say that. Because the word naive is sometimes it's inevitable, because it's the nature of the sign. So sometimes when we were naive, it's acceptable, but most of the time it's not just about naive, it's about we don't guard our benefits. So we were unguarded. Now when you were unguarded, that means you let other people to manipulate you. If you look back to your life stories, you will see it most of the cases because we let people manipulate us. Sometimes victimizations or self-destructions or even your negativities, when it being repeated, it can become a habit. It can become an addiction. A lot of people they just so in I couldn't say they enjoy it, but obviously that to some extent a lot of people enjoyed being victimized, being stressed, because they're too used to it, they're getting addicted to it. That is the mechanism of psychology. That's the knowledge of 3D worlds. There's nothing to do with spirituality here. So we have to combine all this knowledge that we learned, the 3D knowledge, the 3D world knowledge, and the spiritual wisdom, to create something the most perfect and appropriate for your next level of your soul journey. That's the only way to make sense and compensate everything that we have lost. Okay, so that is the meaning of this card. Now let's go to, I don't expect love to happen around this time, except from those who already met the soulmate and planned things. But trust me, those people will have to wait for the rest of other people to awaken. It's like to wait for that generation, your generation. So you know which generation you belong to. If you still like the first year or the second year or the last year of uni, then you still can learn from this historic moments, because this is once in a lifetime for everyone, to figure out how to shorten, to make yourself awaken before deadline. Because if you are the top student, for example, then yes, you totally allowed to get awakened before the deadline. So let's see what we have. I don't expect this is something, too joyful. What waiting for? This is what I'm talking about, because I don't see the word, a love or a party or that kind of images. I don't see it around this time, because this is quite a spiritual time that people going through. It's actually good for even couple, because you actually now can have the time to share with each other about spiritual wisdom and actually upgrade it together, exchange your knowledge to just perfect things the way you can with each other. Now, discuss a worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So those who not yet meet the soulmate, still working on the awakening, on things like that, please don't mess up things. Sometimes we can multitask, but sometimes there are tasks we should prioritize rather than multitask, because the qualities will be much better and the result will be at your standard, right? So in this case, I advise that don't multitask, just focus. The most important is you have to keep calm with yourself. You have to learn how to be gentle to yourself through loving yourself, because when you done that, it's actually allow you to get to the next step by sharing the love with other people. Now we go to the right order, because in the past, obviously, most of the cases we don't really care about ourselves. That's what the card about, forgetting oneself. We just go straight into, we want to share, we want to look after people. Why we don't have the resources? Why don't we don't have that foundation? So now we learn the hard way and we go back to that. So whoever or whatever you got in your mind, just trust the universe is worth waiting. Just putting it aside for now, focusing on you and yourself only. So to allow you to get to where you're supposed to be. Okay, now let's go to the tarot and we will find out what we have. I quite like these energies today, guys, because I have to be honest. The weekend readings, the reading yesterday, Monday, they were quite heavy for me. But I know for the fact that there's a lot of people right now going through these energies, and I know the feeling of it is really good to have someone to accompanying with people, to make people less feeling alone or fragile or vulnerable. The reason why the reading was long, and I find it's quite heavy to really to, to show the excitement or the joy when I did the reading, because to be honest though, when I went through this process on my own, it was like tremendous. So I know exactly how people would feel. Now let's see what we have with the tarot. Let's see what we have. Oh, I see the Five of Swords want to come out. The Wheel of Fortune. What can I say? It's a divine timing. So hopefully that things will work out for people eventually. Now, Wheel of Fortune, we will need to clarify, but with these energies, I don't expect anything but awakening, because actually that is the rewards. It's a task, but it's also the reward. It's really worth experiencing. So I hope that people make it. Right, let's go to the second card. What we have, the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so the Page of Pentacles here is about you considering things from the past. It's like you having the glimpse in your mind, the rewinding of thing in your mind about things in the past. So we need to clarify this. There is some. It's like there was something quite small. It is not a big deal anymore, but for some reason, it still kind of like annoys you. deep down inside somewhere in your mind. So we need to clarify this and figure out what is that. Okay, so let's see the next card, what we have. The Page of Pentacles. The Devil. Okay, so the Devil here is actually can be quite... Now, I don't expect the Devil is from other energies that influence you this time, because obviously that I can see the detached energy here for people. But the Devil here is about your shadow. It's about this, about something that still bother you. Now, that is left or influenced by the dark forces, or by, someone represent the devil force, let's say that. And because of you cannot get the final closure for your peace of mind, for your wisdom, that's why you still in the between the divine timing, how to unlock this door of the divine door, to get through this divine timing. So you are stuck right in the middle here between the divine timing and the devil. That is what is going on. Now we find out the challenge, right? The challenge is the Chariot. So this card just wants to pop out, so I just use it. But the challenge is everything is actually at the will. Everything is being prepared. Everything is actually ready now. So sometimes if in some of the readings, if you remember, I say that sometimes we need to wait because it will take time for spirit to rearrange or recalculate your route. It's just like the Google Map strategy that we were talking about. Now, when you go to the wrong path, the computer will have to recalculate your route to find where is the best route for you to go back there, and then also to figure out how to stop that end so you cannot go further. You will have to turn the direction. That is when the tower moments happen. Now the Chariot comes out in the challenge position, that to indicate that everything's now ready. Only you like being, confused, trying to confuse yourself and running around the bush somehow with the Page of Pentacles here. But everything's ready. As long as you can solve that piece of information or something that you're stuck with, and you're ready to go and move on. And things gonna be fast. You're gonna enjoy this after this. And obviously that this is definitely the awakening moment. This is how you describe when you're about to get awakened. You're getting so close. You're getting to the peak of it. Now let's see what's coming toward people. What coming toward people? 14 and 15 of September. The Six of Cups. Now, the Six of Cups here is not, is either someone you met, not your ex, right? Someone it's like someone you got acquainted with before. You got feeling, you got good feeling or something like that. But you never expected to be your that person is your soulmate. But then this is the gatekeeper. This is the one that you been searching for in the new land since you started stepping in this new cycle. So this person will appear, and this is your soulmate. That's why they say what waiting for. Don't rush. Don't like trying to assume all these deceptive energy, especially those that being sent by the devil, or the people transcended by the devil. Now, I want to explain this. The people sent by the devil normally would be the karmic or people that you're supposed to got some sort of incident with, things that then you need go and solve it later on as a karmic one. The second type of that is when the people transcended by the devil. It can be anyone. It can be a pet, an animal. Like, like you bump into a deer on the road and something that it costs you a lot of money and fortune, or even broken arm going to hospital. Now that's, coincidence, right? People think a coincidence, but it's not. So when it's transcended, that means, for example, you bumped into those people and they are very kind of like copying the quality of the soulmates that you're looking for. So you naive and you just fell for them, and then they just disappear after that. They're just on and on and playing around, messing your head, but you don't understand why it's happened that way. But even they don't understand why they're doing that way, because it's only happened when they are transcended. So the spirit actually control them. The devil, not the spirit, sorry. This is the spirit of the devil, let's say that. This, to make the, just to wire you up, to distract you off. For example, you're about to meet your soulmate, you're about to have the chances to meet your soulmate, and they will send someone so to distract you, so you will not think of the right person, but you will go for the wrong one. That's a temporary solution that the devil is trying to play on people. So please figure out, any energies coming toward you, then you will start to see things with wisdom, and start to act um, with the more reasonable ideas and behaviors toward the people in the coming future. That will do you a lot of good in the future. Okay, now let's clarify this, and we will find out what is going on. First of all, I want to clarify the wheel fortune. Definitely the divine timings here. Changes is gonna get in for you. Now, the wheel fortunes is the divine timing, and this is definitely about awakening. The reason why I say that, because no one can approach you. That's why I don't do the live stream on Sunday, because I really want to leave people that time to meditate themselves, and listen to to um to to the voice, to the higher self. Now, the Seven of Wands saying that it's the time that you have to be strong and determined to make things on your own. No more mind swinging. No more, self-doubting. No more mind changing about anything. You have to be determined and know what you want now, and this gonna be on your own. I think that's why the devil trying to send the transcended people to contact you, text you, whatever, trying to make you swing mind. Hey, hello, you want to meet the last time, or whatever, you want to figure it out, or they're trying to come up with all the criteria, or different excuses that might match your wishing, your hoping, to make you swing. So that has a lot to do with the devil here. But you will finally say no. But if anyone can say no, can fight against that hesitation that you have, because obviously that you have the glimpse about the chances. Hey, how about we come back and do that? Because it seems to be easier if you go that way. That's the Page of Pentacles about. So if anyone can say no and stick to themselves, you will be awakened. Okay, now let's clarify the Page of Pentacles. Well, this one wants to come out, right? I didn't mean to take this one, but let's take this one. So so obviously that that the new start is coming toward you. So this is about you, the moment of you fighting in your mind. Should I go back to that, or should I choose that instead of the Ace of Pentacles? A big change is the whole thing, the whole new things. It's a moment of self-doubting here. It's fine because it's a process, so you are free to fight with yourself. The important is still the outcome of what your decision is. So you have the time to do this before the clock ticking. Okay, so now let's clarify the devil. The devils is the Seven of Cups. So obviously that they were trying to send different people, even the newly met people, the people from the past, the ex, the toxic, whatever it is, but they will transcend them in a very sophisticated way. That you might think, oh, they change, or maybe, oh, they improve, or maybe now they're more responsible, they have a plan now. So your job is to find out the natures of where you had to go. But the Seven of Cups here is also saying that the reason why they doing this because you already met your soulmate. So they trying to, how I say, confuse you about all the contacts you have, so you cannot see for yourself who is the right one. So but it indicate me that these readings are for those who are about to awaken and also gonna have a wonderful relationship life after awakening. Everything's been arranged. So really hope to hear from you after you successfully done this process, so I can send you blessings and wishes, sharing the joys with people and love with the world. Now the Chariot, let's see this is the challenge. Now I have the funny feeling the Chariot here is about the things that are about to come to you, the thing that you at the moment of before switching on the light of the room you cannot see, but as long as you switch on that light you see everything at once. So the Chariot here is about the whole package that coming toward you, but it also indicates that you might have to make a travel to this person here, and that were happenings around the time that you successfully getting awakened or successfully solve out that last confusions in your mind with the Page of Pentacles, with that confusions from the transcended energies from the devil working toward you or on you through other people. So watch out for your situations and understand and see things so you don't miss the blessing. Now let's clarify the Chariot. Okay, this cards want to come out. The Page of Cups. What can I say? You will have a little conversation. It won't be something big and major and serious, but it sparked that connection. It sparked that vibe. It sparked that because this is a divine timing. It will spark that soul recognitions between the two people and the visions of where you're heading to, the new foundations, the people that you want to work with. So this is the meaning of this. Okay, now I don't really need to clarify the Six of Cups, but for curiosity, we will clarify this to see if I'm right. Well, I'm always right. But for curiosity, we will clarify this. The Six of Cups. This is definitely your past life soulmate. And you already met this person. Okay, now the Six of Cups is clarify. I think this cards want to come out here. Okay. The Temperance. Wonderful. When you in this, how I say, reunion moment, you suddenly find your light, you suddenly find your soul, you suddenly recognize yourself That's the meaning of it. So when you in that feeling, the first thing I want you to always remember that this is your soulmate, because only your soulmate can spark out that little flame that you're trying to hide deep down inside the core of your soul, and then it will burst out and shine you as, the image of someone who gloriously beautiful inside out. That is how you're gonna feel. Okay, before I close this reading, let's go to one yes and no questions as usual. If you have the questions, then you are ready, and if you not yet have the question, you can pause the video. Yes and no only, please, and ask the question and hear the answer. I have the feeling this is gonna be the card, right? So here's the answer. In the near future, and you see that the two angels flying with each other here. In the near future, congratulations everyone, and I really want to hear from all of you who resonate with this reading. Please share, because I can send the blessings, the love to you, and also we share that vibe, that experiences, that moment, because it is the holy moment for everyone. If you actually experience this means that you are under a lot of blessings. Okay guys, so if you like what I'm doing, please like, share the video, and subscribe to my channel to help it grow. If you want to donate, please find the donate button in the description box, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.